Let's talk about a number, 100 million naira. Now, I actually made our firm's targets very, very clear. I said, we are going to command, or we are going to earn 100 million naira in revenue by December 2025. Now, to a lot of people, that sounds like a typical business goal. It sounds like we just want to be rich. And I think they misunderstand us, or whoever hears that goal and think it is a typical business goal has us misunderstood. Now, that number is not a goal. That number is a strategic prerequisite because it is the physical, financial execution of our second mandate, which is to command the capital. Now, in the game of stakes, you cannot, and I mean cannot, operate from a position of weakness. And if you are worried about your payroll, if you are worried about making the sale, you have already lost. And why did I say so? Because you will be forced to compromise. Now, you will be forced to take on a bad client because you need the money, and you will be forced to execute on a flawed strategy because you are afraid to challenge the person that is paying the bills, right? And hereby losing your posture of the peer, right? And then you become a supplicant. Now, I need you to understand something here. Capital is not about profits. Capital is about strategic sovereignty. It is the freedom to say no. It is the freedom to reject a flawed strategy. It is the freedom to fire a bad client. Yes, there are bad clients. It is the freedom to protect our premium or nothing brand. And our integrity is the mountain doctrine. Because whether you choose to be a part of the Mohgix firm or not, in as much as you are studying this doctrine and you are considering adopting it, which I believe is the best thing for you to do, I need you to know that you are a part of the Mohgix doctrine and you are an evangelist of the Mohgix doctrine. So, the 100 million naira is not the win. The 100 million naira is actually the war chest because it is the fuel that actually allows us to build a fortress of intellect. It is the power that allows us to deploy the strategic dividend and actually arm the next generation of cinematic strategists. And you cannot architect a legacy if you cannot keep the lights on. If you cannot afford to keep the lights on, you cannot architect a legacy like that. So commanding the capital is actually a non-negotiable prerequisite.